Welcome to my lair. Let me try that again. Welcome to my lair. So, before we get into the nitty gritty, my name is Jenna Puzio. I'm 24 years old. I live in Salt Lake City, Utah, with my fiance and a business partner, Corey. We can put a picture of us here. We also have our adorable border collie, Panda, that we love very, very much. And we love to snowboard, we love to hike. I like to consider myself a thrift queen. Um, I am a hairstylist. Corey is a digital marketer that is also the co-founder of Fill Your Books. And basically, our journey starts here. Welcome back to the Fill Your Books channel. Today, I wanted to talk about our mission over at Fill Your Books. Who the hell are we? Who am I? Who the heck is Corey? How did Fill Your Books even come about? And what is our goal and vision for this program and beauty professionals all together and changing the industry for the better and all of those things? I figured, why not hop on and give you the lowdown, the scoop, everything that happened from start to finish, how we got here today, I guess 3 years later. So grab a snack, get yourself some popcorn because it's going to be juicy. We're going to go through some hardships. We're going to go through some amazing times, some hard times. So yeah, stick with us and yeah, let's get into it. So, where to begin? It all starts back in 2015 when I made the decision to go to hair school. I went to Paul Mitchell School in New Jersey. Can link it here, Paul Mitchell School, Jersey Shore. And I made the decision when I was a senior in high school that I wanted to go do hair. That was not an easy decision for me. After working with thousands of students, I know that this is a similar thing that other beauty professionals go through. For me, I guess I was expected to take the normal college track. So it was definitely, at 18 years old, it was hard for me to realize, like, this is what I want to do. Let me not care what other people think and let me just go do it. So I ended up doing that. I went full time when I was doing hair. And once I got there, I knew it was exactly where I wanted to be. It was where I needed to be. I realized my creative juices were flowing. I was, learning about color formulations and geometry and cutting. And it was just such an eye-opening, like crazy thing to experience that like this job exists out there and I'm doing it right now and I get to make my clients feel good and feel better. So I was in an amazing spot. I made my first business cards. We can post a picture of that over here. I was making business cards. I was doing my first haircut. I was, just really enjoying my time there. And I was already working at the time at a tanning salon, the same one that I did in high school. But I wanted to start getting my foot in the door in the industry. So what I did was I started to work the front desk at a salon that I knew of as well. And that was actually a subscription-based salon. And at the front desk, I was learning that that business plan was definitely something that I didn't want for myself once I graduated high school. The subscription base was, I got to see, the behind the scenes at the front desk of what was going on. And with that, it was the stylists weren't, they were getting worked to the bone every 15 minutes like it was a sweatshop. The subscriptions weren't expensive enough, so they weren't making great money. And then the clients felt like they kind of owned the salon because they paid for the subscription and they felt like they could own the place. So, they were disrespectful towards me, towards the stylist, and I just got to see that that wasn't what I wanted to do. But I was also grateful for the experience of being at the front desk because at the time I was still very passionate about the business side. I always have been. That's kind of part of the reason of what led me here. So I got to really learn salon softwares and the numbers, and I got to really get that back end of things early on in my career, which I think was super cool. So that kind of added to how I'm here. But anyway, so I knew I didn't want to do that. Fast forward a little bit, I got given the opportunity to go assist at one of the top salons in New Jersey, which, let me preface this by saying I was born and raised a Jersey gal. Corey, my partner, which you will hear about later in this story, is a also a fellow Jerseyan. So yeah, so I ended up being at one of the top salons in uh, in the state, and I loved it when I went there. It was a great creative space for me to grow. I learned everything I know there from them and all my behind the chair work, and it really, I creatively got to blossom and I got to hone my skill and really learn what a great guest experience is. But with that being said, it was at a commissioned salon, and I saw the end of my road there. Kind of like, this is what the pinnacle of success is at this establishment. And it wasn't necessarily what I wanted. You know, I was working those 10-hour days, 6 days a week, really just being worked to the bone. And it was, double booked, super busy. It was very, a passion in the hustle, if you will, which was fun, but it burns you out very quickly. And I was learning that, and I knew I couldn't sustain that forever. And honestly, personally, like creatively, I was happy there, but personally, I was pretty just sad. I was, just because I wasn't really getting much sleep. Like I was stressed out all the time. And you can ask Corey, I wasn't the happiest, best person to be around. And fast forward in that journey, Corey, he has been in the, who is my now fiance, but we've been together for the past almost 10 years now. And at the time, we were living in our first apartment together, which was near my salon that I was working at. And he has been in the digital marketing, digital media buying space for probably the past 8, 9 years, for a very long time. And he was with some of his clients in Salt Lake City, Utah. And I was in New Jersey, and I'll never forget. He called me on a Wednesday night and he said, I bought you plane tickets for this weekend. You have to get off work. You have to come see this place. It's awesome. And so I was like, all right, I don't know what you're talking about, but sure, let me see if I can get off work. I ended up being able to get off work, and I went out there for a weekend, and we loved it. We loved to snowboard. We loved the outdoors, and we were just like, wow, like there's so much world out there that we don't get to see, and we should just kind of just, excuse my French, fuck it, let's just go. So we came home and decided we're gonna do this, and I sold my car, I sold all my stuff, and we packed up the little Honda with everything that we could fit. And 2 weeks later, we were on the road. We were driving across the country on this new journey, and it was terrifying. I mean, it was the best time of my life, but it was also the scariest and, I will say, most difficult time of my life, because it was, it was our first venture out from home. And not only did I just leave a salon that I thought I was going to be at forever, but now it's like I'm moving to this place where I don't know anyone. I literally not a single soul. I don't know where I'm going to work. Before I left, I was doing some research on some salons in the little time that I had, but I didn't have a place to work. I didn't have any clients. And that was kind of all the hard work that I had, that I built up at that last salon. My clientele that I did have was gone, wasn't coming with me. And now it was just trying to figure out, okay, like we're starting over. How the hell am I going to do this? And I was terrified. So what I did was, let me do what I know. And I rushed into a commission salon that I knew was very busy. It was very successful in the Salt Lake area. And I figured, hey, maybe I'll get some walk-ins. At least I'll get education maybe. And that's what I did. And I kind of jumped into a situation without really thinking, because I was stressed out. And I started at this job, and it was not paying off for me. I was, not busy at all. I wasn't happy. It was a very corporate environment, which I'm sure some of you can relate to that as well. It was a very corporate commission environment. It was a very specific like ladder you had to climb, and just the energy there, I wasn't happy. And like I said, on top of that, I was not making any money. I didn't have clients. I will pin a picture of one of my checks here. I think it's like I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but it was like $700 something dollars, and that was for a 2 week pay. So that meant that I was making, 350 dollars a week. Couldn't pay my rent. I was like living off of Corey, which is I hated myself for even doing that, and I was being, again, working those 5 6 days a week, only making, like a 25% commission, and I was not happy. So, but one thing that I learned from moving across the country very quickly was that there is no right time to do anything in life. You have to just kind of jump. And if you put yourself in a sink or swim situation, you will usually swim. And that's what I learned about moving out here, was that, like, we weren't going back home. So, sorry, excuse me, my knees. Ooh, I'm getting old. Ooh. But, what was I saying? Ooh. Okay, I'm back. So, what I learned was that there's no right time to do anything. And if your gut is telling you, like, you should go do this thing, just go do it. If you're not in a good environment, or you feel like you need a change and you have a little voice in your head telling you to maybe just go for it, then do it and you will figure it out. I promise you that. So, I just quit. I literally texted Corey and I said, I'm quitting today. And that is what happened. I quit and I decided to be my own boss. I was stepping into the world of independent hairstyling. I was going to be a booth rent stylist. And now, instead of, working too much, not getting paid enough, blah, 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 the list goes on, I'm now starting again with being independent, which I ended up having to leave that day, so I didn't get a lot of my clients from that other salon. I was there for about 6 months, and then I decided, I was there for about 6 months. I had to go anyway. I didn't have many clients to bring with me. I didn't have I didn't know what I was doing. I've never done that before. New Jersey booth rent was illegal, so it was a very, very new world for me. Now I had to get my own clients. I had to be my own front desk. I had to figure out how to order color. I had to do my own marketing. I had to pay for my own education. All of these things that I've never done before, I had to kind of just figure out. And I was stressed out. I went to Corey because he's he's my best friend, and I was like, I need help. I don't know what to do. And we kind of we stayed up all night and we created what we like to call, what we didn't know was like the secret formula, the Krabby Patty formula. um, we created what is now the inner circle education, basically, and he put together an ad for me and I did my thing on Instagram, and before I knew it, at the end of the week, I had booked, I think it was like 10 new clients, and I had people messaging me asking me to do their color literally within days of implementing these systems that we put together. And you could tell how I'm like still so flabbergasted. And all of a sudden, I was booking those clients that I wanted to be doing. I was booking those lived-in balayage clients. I had girls who, were had dressed cool, and they were kind of, they were my vibe, and it was really exciting. They were snowboarders, so it was really cool to be able to watch that blossom. And little did I know that the stylists, also who were also at my booth rent salon, were also watching, and they were like, who the hell is this chick? She just moved here. How does she have all these clients? And they were even saying, they're like, you get to do all this cool stuff all the time. And they were kind of just like, some of them, they were like, what are you doing? So I helped some of my friends with that, with their marketing. They started getting results, and it really just organically happened. Fill Your Books was not something that was just like a course for stylists for us to make money. That was never the case. I felt like at this point, I was like, this would be a disservice to the industry if I don't tell anybody about it, because I know that my story is so relatable. with the journey that I went through. And, so many stylists are overworked, underpaid, and unhappy, and they feel like they don't have control over their career. They don't feel like the ball is in their court. They feel like the clients are in control, or they're just sitting around, waiting for a client to walk through the door, or they're afraid to go move to a new place because they're going to lose their clientele that they've worked so hard for. And that's why we created the inner circle, is so we can give you the driver, put you in the driver's seat, give you the keys, and let you have the ball in your court, because that's how it should be, and that's what's going to bring you the happiness. And we created the inner circle program, and before you knew it, people started signing up, getting results, and now here we are 3 years later. Which, if you're on this YouTube channel, you've probably seen some of our amazing testimonials and student results, and it's helped commission stylists, booth rent stylists, salon owners. We've had so many different types of beauty professionals, including microblading and lash artists and estheticians, and of course hairstylists and extension specialists and wig makers and nail artists, and literally any beauty professional that you could think of, we've probably helped them out. And it is so amazing to be able to watch our secret formula project, if you will, take off and help so many stylists. And our most recent video from one of our students, Sarah, I mean, she tripled her income during the year of COVID-19. And to be able to help stylists realize that, like, it doesn't have to be the way that is making you unhappy. It doesn't have to be that way. You can be in control, and you can work with clients that make you happy, and you can work with dream clients that you enjoy spending your time with, and you can maybe fill out your clientele so you don't have to work as many days. Maybe you just want to work 3 days a week, and that's awesome, and you could do that. Or maybe you just want to do extensions. We can help you just get extension clients. Maybe you just want to do balayage. Maybe you just want to do precision cutting or vivid colors, or whatever it is your heart desires as a beauty professional. You can do it. All you have to realize is how to reach those people, and that's where Fill Your Books comes into play. And that is what changed my life. It changed my career. I started to be fully booked out, and now I get to do hair part-time, and I get to do Fill Your Books, and I get to fill my cup in all those ways. I get to, help people and still do hair behind the chair. And yeah, I just wanted to tell you that, you guys, my journey of how I got here, because I think it's super important to realize that how organically Fill Your Books really did come about, and it changed my life, and now it's changing so many other stylists' lives. And I know, like I said, how relatable my story is, going from being overworked, underpaid, unhappy, not happy with your clients, not happy with the services, not happy in your environment, to then I'm here to tell you that that does not have to be the case, and we can help you. And you are so capable of so much more. And if you have that little inkling in your belly that's telling you that you need to do more, then I would love to help you. The Fill Your Books family would love to help you. Corey would love to help you, which I feel like I kind of forgot to mention him a little bit more, but Corey and I both came together and created the Inner Circle Education. He's kind of the marketing brain. I'm the hair brain, and we came together and created an amazing thing that helps you grow your business, grow your mindset, and just become a happier human overall, because that's our main goal over at Fill Your Books. And we're going to change the industry for the better. We are changing the industry for the better, and we are just making more boss bitches behind the chair. And I am so happy to do that. If you have any questions about Fill Your Books, or want to just learn a little bit more about us, feel free to watch all of our testimonial videos on this channel. Follow me over at Jenna Puzio Hair on Instagram, and feel free to go to www.fillyourbooks.com. You can schedule a strategy call with us and one of our success coaches, and we can get you started on the journey to a happier and better you behind the chair and whatever it is that you do as a beauty professional. I hope you enjoyed hearing about our story. And yeah, I hope to see you inside the inner circle.